YouTube, it's Sandra. Oh, jeez. I have Jackson here to introduce him to you guys. Ta-da! This is Jackson. Jackson, say hi. Hi, YouTube. Alright, so I have a question that I'd like to ask here. I'll move the camera so you guys can see him. Yeah. So I have a question for you guys out there. It kind of has to do with co-sleeping and whatnot, but I'm not against co-sleeping. Like, I always think whatever works for you, that's great. However, I don't want to be co-sleeping. Here in Arizona, it gets really, really hot in the summertime, and come the summer, I don't want an extra one body in the bed, especially one that's moving and poking me and whatever. Well, we accidentally are co-sleeping, and I'll tell you why accidentally we're co-sleeping. So after I had, that light's pretty interesting, isn't it? So after I had Jackson, I got put in the hospital for post-C-section hemorrhage and infection that I had gotten. I was there for about a week and a half. When I left for the hospital, he was sleeping in his crib, doing really well. When I came home, he was sleeping in bed with my husband. And I can't really blame my husband for it because, you know, he had to work and it was hard for him to get up in the middle of the night. And I'm just glad he was doing it. He was getting up in the middle of the night, but instead of putting him back in his crib, he'd just snuggle him and fall asleep. And he said, oh, it's not going to become a problem. We'll just get him right back into the old routine. And it didn't happen that way, did it? He still sleeps with us. During the day, he does really good sleeping in his bed. He has no issues sleeping in bed during the day. In his crib, I mean, not in bed. Uh-oh, that sounds juicy. That sounded juicy. So yeah, he'll take naps really good at daytime, and then the beginning part of the night he does really good. He'll sleep until his first feeding in the middle of the night, which is like 1:30-ish, somewhere around there. So any suggestions what I can do to get him to sleep in his crib better? What happens is we'll get him fed and everything. He'll get sleepy. I'll lay him in his crib, and within 5 minutes he's up. And he'll do that for the rest of the night. We tried just toughing it out, you know, going in, patting him, giving him the pacifier, putting on the mobile. What have we all tried? White noise. We tried snuggling him back to sleep, putting him back to bed, all that kind of stuff. And I give up by about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just so exhausted. I need sleep, and I returned back to work, so I really need sleep, and so does my husband. I leave, right now I'm leaving for work around 7, and my husband has to leave at 4 in the morning. So we really need our sleep, and I'm just curious what you guys might do to get your kids to go back in their crib. And maybe some of you co-sleeping moms who have co-sleep for a while and transferred in the baby back to the crib, maybe you guys would have some tips for me. I would greatly appreciate it because I'm desperately in need of some baby-free bed. Alright, bye YouTube.